And joining me now from Brisbane, Australia, Kara Webb. Kara, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And so we'll get right to it. You've been very open on your Instagram and social media accounts. We know that you suffered from a compressed nerve. Kind of give us a quick update. How are you doing on your road to recovery?
I'm exactly that. I'm on the road to recovery. It's been a little bit of a process, and when any athlete would know, when you've had a bit of an injury, you kind of have to be a little cautious for a while and make sure you're doing the right thing by your body. As far as my competition and my level right now, I'm not affected by it. There's still a little bit in my mind that makes me a little nervous and a little cautious at times, but other than that, I feel good. I just got braces. Which is the final, part of my, the final part of piecing everything together positionally. But other than that, I'm training really well. I'm just starting to sort of put the puzzle pieces back together, and I'm playing a little bit of catch up. But I'm happy with where I'm at right now.
Well, kind of talking about those pieces of the puzzle that you're putting together. Most athletes, when they get tweaked or they get an injury and a setback, it's a time for reflection. They look at what they've done and where they need to go. So what did this downtime teach you?
It taught me a lot, actually. I spoke to my coach a lot on and off, and, there were times where you think you're okay. It was a really traumatic experience, and you think you're okay, and then you're not, and then you think you're okay again. It's all done, and it takes a little while to be okay with it mentally, but also to trust your body again. And my coach, being ex-army here in Australia, said, he'd been watching things about the fellas with post-traumatic stress, and he's like, I think there's a little bit of that there after that event, and it took me a little while to kind of get over that hurdle. But now coming out the other side, and it kind of happened just in time for the Opens, I feel like I appreciate my competition more than I ever have, and I look at everything in a very different light. As corny as it sounds, I'm grateful for every single individual workout, and I feel more chilled out in these Opens workouts than I ever have. I'm happy to just throw down and do my thing, and then what will be will be. And so I knew it was going to end up, I would realize that it happened for a reason. It just took about 7 months until I realized, but yeah, it has been the best thing that's happened to me.
I love the fact that you're not only hitting it one and done, but you're doing it after the end of a hard week of training. That's just a really cool mental test to do as well. So let's talk about another part of your mentality, which caught my attention, I really liked. On your Instagram account, you posted your 15.2 score of 416 reps days early, with plenty of time for other ladies to try to chase you and see if they could beat you. And that even inspired some other great athletes like Noah Olson to post their score early. And you even hashtagged no leaderboard games. So most elite athletes keep their scores secret. Why did you do that?
There's no reason to keep it secret. That was the effort that I put in. I had no intention of doing it again. And if I want to be an elite athlete, and if I want to potentially win the games, or I want to go there and I want to put it all out there, then I'm going to be proud of my score, proud of the effort. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to put it out there. And then I want the best to try and beat it. Go for it. Let me see where I'm at. Let me see where you're at. And let's throw down, because this is a competition and it's not about games. And we don't get to play games when it counts. We're going to be out there next to each other. And like I said, I have no intention of doing it again. We don't have the luxury of doing that in competition. And I've never done that. I've always been one to post my score straight away. I'm just not about playing games, really. It's just, I think it's silly.
You're currently sitting in first place in Australia very handily. We all know that you're kicking a lot of butt at the games last year before you got injured. So what are your goals after the Open for the remainder of this year?
For the remainder of this year, I'm hoping for a healthy season. That's my first priority. I want to keep my body, I'm doing everything I can to keep myself in check, making sure that everything is, as controlled as possible, and I'm as healthy as possible. I don't think I could handle that, an injury or something like that again. So that's my number one focus. I want to make sure that I get through the season executing my plans and showcasing my ability at 100%. So everything that I can possibly do, all the way from regionals through to hopefully the games. Hopefully I'm there again. And ideally I'd love to be up on the podium. That's the goal. I want to be up there. But if not, yes, I'll be disappointed, but I won't be disappointed anywhere near as much if I know that I have put everything that I possibly can into the rest of the season, trained hard, no regrets, big efforts done.
Well, I mean, anyone that listens to you talk knows beyond a shadow of a doubt, just from the passion in your voice, that you very intensely want this. And I get to talk to a lot of you guys and girls, and I know the sacrifices you make, how hard you train, what goes on behind the scenes. Like, it's a lot that you give up in your life. So
Yeah.
why is it so important to you? Why are you going after this, so hard?
You know what? My coach gives me on Thursdays, on Friday, I do like an active recovery day before the Opens, and he started giving me a thinking task. So it's a question, something that I have to sit down and think about. And he asked me this question on the Friday, the first week of the Opens. It's like, why do you want to win? Why do you want to be at the games? And it took me quite a while to think about it, because I think you get caught up in it just becomes what you do, and then you forget why you actually want it. I think I want it for several reasons, but the biggest one being that this sport and what I've done with this sport has been the biggest thing in my life that has held me accountable for something. So accountable for commitment, committing to something, putting in a big effort, turning up every single day, being true and honest to myself and working really hard towards something. And I want to stick it out for as long as I can until the end, and know that I had that commitment and I've done the best I can and I've progressed. And then one day when I walk away, I'll be happy, knowing that's what I did. And it's something that I'll be really proud of myself for, when I haven't done that previously in my life.
Well, I would say you are 100% tracking to accomplish that goal. Thank you so much for stopping by. We wish you nothing but the best for the remainder of the season.
Thank you.
And to everyone out there and the rest of the CrossFit community, good luck to you guys with the rest of the Open, and I will see you on the leaderboard.